Lawrence, the Epstein Files are in the media again, really heavy. People are watching it like it's entertainment. Do you have any thoughts on what's happening and what victims can expect from legal?
It's true. There's a lot going on. I think the government released millions of documents about the Epstein Files. A lot of names were implicated. Some people were saying that the names of perpetrators were redacted and somehow the names of victims were released. Not getting into all of the details about that production. I think one of the things to keep in mind is that when we think about lawsuits, we think about trying to resolve cases using our justice system. You sort of have two, you have criminal cases and you have civil cases. There was a criminal case, as everybody knows, against Jeffrey Epstein. You know, he had died in custody is what the official report is. And many people might not realize that civil claims and criminal claims are different. So even though the person who might have done wrong to you has passed away, maybe the criminal case against that person has been dismissed or dropped or is no longer pending, there are still real civil consequences, and that's what our firm does. We deal in civil litigation. One of the biggest things that people don't think about is the civil burden of proof in proving a case is much lower than the criminal burden of proof. You know, you think about criminal, trying to convict someone criminally, it's, you know, beyond a reasonable doubt. In civil, it's beyond, it's a preponderance of the evidence. So there's different standards. Civil cases can also still proceed against the estate of the perpetrator. So in a criminal case, you can't continue to press a case against a dead person. That's just not what we do here. But actually, civilly, you can still pursue, let's say Epstein committed or anybody else, and that person had passed away, you might still be able to pursue claims against his estate for emotional distress, for physical harm that you sustain, damage to your property, things like that can still be adjudicated in underlying civil lawsuits.
Do we know that there's an estate? Is there an estate?
Well, and that's something that if you were to consult with a lawyer, what our firm will do is that before we file a suit against an estate, we have sources where we're able to track what sort of assets do they have. Who is the trustee? Who's or the executor? Those are all very important questions. It's going to depend on a case-by-case basis, but you definitely want to be able to, if you've been wronged, you want to be able to speak with an attorney, see what your options there, and that's a great question. See, you know, what the estate has and what assets you could try to collect on.